everyone, thank you for joining us on our first episode of Jie Podcast. I'm Celine.
And I'm Sarah, and we'll be hosting this podcast. We are very excited to start this podcast, and we have tons of fun topics planned for this series. But since this is the first episode, we'll just share a bit more about ourselves and about the podcast. So Celine and I met in poly because we were in the same CCA, like co-curricular activities, taekwondo, and we didn't really talk to each other until we found out that we attend the same church, and then that's when our friendship started growing.
So currently, Sarah is working in Singapore and I'm studying in the UK. So I thought of creating this podcast because I really miss just going to cafes and talking to my friends like for endless hours. So the name Jie actually means older sister in Chinese. And so we hope that when you're listening to this podcast, it feels like you're just having a chat with your friends, like you're really, really close friends, and you feel that kind of like sisterhood feeling. So for this podcast, we're planning to cover a wide variety of topics from entertainment to lifestyle, but also discuss more serious issues like insecurities, social issues, but that will be in later episodes. So if this sounds like your cup of tea, then please follow us on our socials at Jie Podcast, that is JIE Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter, where we will post updates, and you can also let us know your thoughts and what you want to hear, and even if you would like to join us for our podcast. So let's move on to today's topic, which is online dating and ghosting. So this topic was inspired by NUS Whispers post 101727, and it goes like this. I edited a bit for clarity, but it goes. Ghosted by a guy whom I met from a dating app. We have been going out every week for more than 5 months. You could have just said you're not interested anymore, rather than you being a ghost, leaving me clueless to what I even did wrong to deserve this. If you're seeing this, just want to say thanks for the memories and all the best to you. And I believe no one deserves this kind of treatment. Hope you reflect on yourself and treat a girl better. F you, coward.
Oh wow! So wait, will you be mad? Will you be as mad as her if you were her?
To be honest, if I went out with a guy for like 5 months and I am like, I feel like we have progressed more to just more than just strangers, I'll definitely be mad. And I will not wish you the best. I wish you the worst. I hope you slip and fall and die. Like I truly in my heart I do. So I won't
But
say
it's
this
just
kind of
5 months though.
No, but the thing about like, if you already going out for 5 months, actually a lot of things can happen in 5 months, right? From the period like you're crushed to the period where you're kind of like going out. Definitely your feelings were develop feelings already. So I will be mad and I will wish you the worst. So that's me. So for today's topic, we are going to talk about online dating. So the first question is, have you tried online dating and what's your experience? So Sarah?
I have. I hope my parents don't see this. I tried a few apps, but the one that I spent the most time on was, I think, CMB, because uh, I felt that there were less dodgy people there, and there were less people looking for quickies there. Yeah. And there's a function where you can filter out the kind of people that you are looking for. But
Oh.
in general, I stopped using. I really deleted them. I did meet people, but we just we didn't vibe. So I don't think I'll use it again because I feel like I met more dodgy people than nice people. Yeah, but I have friends that met their partners there, so I think it's just luck.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so there was this guy, like we were talking for I think a few months, just like the girl in that confession, and then actually like within the first few dates, I could tell that there was like no chemistry, but I thought okay, we still can be friends because we do have some common topics. Yeah, then just out of a sudden one day he ghosted me. Uh, okay, like I was a little bit sad lah, because I thought we could be friends. So, but that was fine. Like he ghosted me and just ghosted me. But like I think a few months later, he just like one day messaged me happy. I can't remember which festive season was it, but it was just happy something. Yeah. Then it was so weird. I didn't reply. And then a month after that festive season was my birthday. And then he wished me happy birthday. And then like because it was my birthday, I was in a very good mood. So I thought, okay, I should be nice and like just say something like thank you, and then the conversation would just end. But it didn't. And then like I feel like he was trying to like flirt with me in the conversation. But at the same time he was like being very condescending. So I didn't know what he want, and it was a very big turn off for me. Like this, I mean, for anyone, I think it's a very big turn off. Like this
Nagging,
kind
maybe
of
he's
behavior.
trying to nag you.
What's that?
Like trying to be trying to make you talk to him by being condescending. You know what I
It
mean?
didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just like ignored him. And then like after that, like the few weeks after that, like he will message me like once every 2 days, asking random things, and then like it became once a week until I got so annoyed I just blocked him.
So I was thinking of this question, right? And at first I was thinking, no, I've never tried online dating because I never used any of the dating apps seriously. But then I was thinking about this and I got very interesting experience, online dating experience. So when I was in secondary school, before like Tinder, all these online dating apps were really a thing. When I was about sec 3, so that was like 15 years old, this guy, he messaged me on Facebook. I have no idea how he said that, how he found me or anything. I can't remember. I tried to look it up, but he deleted the old account. So basically when I was in school, he just messaged me on Facebook, and at that time when I was at that time, right, I was not that aware of maybe the dangers. I was not that aware yet, and also I was very desperate for attention. So yeah, it's true. I was when I was in secondary school. So after we talked for a while, he started calling me like babe, like hi babe and stuff. And at that time I was 15, right?
How
He was
was
23.
he?
He was 23.
Oh.
So I did again. It's very.
Ew.
It looks very. I look back at it and I look at myself. I'm like, what the heck were you doing? But at that time I didn't even think that. I didn't even think that it was such a big deal. But the thing is, none of my friends knew because I was too ashamed to tell them, right? So I didn't go out with him, but then he would occasionally text me message me on Facebook, and he'll be like asking me like, how are you? Talk to me. I'm very bored. Blah blah blah. All these kind of very stupid things, right? And then one day he wanted to come and meet me, and my school is near this koi cafe, like a bubble tea shop. So I did say okay, and then we went to the bubble tea shop, and he gave me a Braun Buffel wallet. And at that time, it was like a big deal, right? Because, Braun Buffel is almost $200 last time. So I was like, he gave me a very nice wallet. Oh, and I don't know, I wanted that wallet, and I think I did casually mention that, oh yeah, I wanted that wallet. So I was very surprised that he bought it for me. And then after that, he bought me bubble tea. And after that,
He
I
was
never
in
met
love
him
with
again.
you, eh?
I mean,
Either he's rich or he's really in love.
I have no idea because so this continued when I was in sec 3 all the way until I was in poly year 1. And when I was in poly year 1, right, I gradually started to ghost him lah. I started to not reply his message and everything because I was like, I don't even know this guy, and I was getting very bored of him.
Wow.
I just remember him, right, because of this whole online dating topic. And then I went to look at our old Facebook messages together, and I found his message. The last 3 pictures that he sent me, right, were censored pictures. It's not dick pictures. So I was very curious. I went to open, and I just did it like 3 days ago. There's 3 pictures. One is like blood on the floor, like a whole like puddle of blood smeared on the floor. The other picture is like a plastic bag with blood on the plastic bag, and the other one is his actual foot that was bleeding. And that was sent to me when I was in poly year 1, and I didn't open it until 3 days ago. So obviously, you know, I did not respond to that message. But yeah, that was my online dating experience, and it wasn't great. Yeah, but I think that was what made me a bit wary of dating apps afterwards, because there are a lot of strange people online, and the dating
you're right. There are really a lot of strange people online.
Yeah, and back in the day, right? Back in the day, only mostly strange people went online to find their partners. It was not that common yet, especially like when I was in Sec 3. That was literally 10 years ago. So only strange people were online. So when Tinder started, I also only assumed that strange people would be there. So I didn't take it seriously. I did download the app and then just try and swipe because it was like the hype, right? So I just tried. And I swipe right for every single person that I came across, but I did not start a conversation until one day someone recognized me and sent me a message and be like, "Why did you ignore me on Tinder?" And that's when I deleted the app.
So you ghosted people, like you kind of ghosted people. At first, the weird guy, the creepy guy.
I think I ghosted people, but before I knew it was a thing.
Before you knew that there's actually something called ghosting.
Yeah, there's something called ghosting because I think the term ghosting is like a relatively recent term. Like it was after online dating apps kind of term. Last time we just call it like ignoring people, right? It wasn't called ghosting.
Unofficial breakup.
Yeah. So the second question is, have we ghosted anyone and why? So I have answered that question. I have ghosted people a few times, apparently.
I did. I mean, okay, one reason was that they started to become weird. Or like, after that I realized we are looking for like different things. And like the message turned sexual, which wasn't what I wasn't looking for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, I remember like this guy said something. If I were a watermelon seed, will you spit or swallow? Nasty! Damn nasty! I'm just like, oh, okay.
Was that the
No, I didn't
first?
reply,
Was that his pickup line for you? His opening
Yeah,
speech?
the first
Wow.
message.
Okay, and then what do you do after
You
that?
know I filtered Christian, right?
Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was just like, you. Yeah. Then that one was like, the reason was very obvious, like why I ghosted them, and I don't really feel bad about that. But then like there are some that I really feel bad lah. Like some, I mean you can tell that they are nice people, but it's just not working out. So okay, out of convenience, then as in, I'm just hoping, like the whole time I'm just hoping that the conversation will fizzle out, but it didn't. So out of convenience, I ghosted them. Yeah,
Why
I'm
didn't you just tell them it's not working out though? Like you were
Because I'm a
scared.
coward, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
I admit that. I feel like there's not many reasons to like ghosting. Like it's either one, like the person is creepy, then the other reason is just I don't like you anymore.
But do you think like ghosting is actually quite normalized now? Like if you go into online dating, right, will you expect it?
Yeah, actually that's what I tell my friends also. Like when they are thinking of like trying these dating apps, like I tell them, you be prepared for people to ghost you. Like you don't go and like fall in love over like one or two messages.
Then let's turn the question around. Has anyone ghosted you?
Yes. I mean it goes both ways. I ghost people online, so people ghost me online too.
Was there a particular time when someone ghosted you and you felt like it really hurt?
Yeah, can we not talk about it?
No.
Okay.
That's
But
the whole point of this podcast.
Fine. It wasn't online. It was like in real life. And then that was like the first time I knew what ghosting was. Like before that I didn't know you could end it with someone that way.
No,
So
what do you mean? As in like you met this person online and then they ghosted
no,
you
I met this person in real life.
Oh, okay. Same as you. I never got ghosted by anyone online, but I did get ghosted by people who I was talking to in real life. So one of them was again when I was in secondary school. In secondary school, I had a lot of boys. No, but in secondary school there was this guy.
Is your mom going to watch this?
Yeah.
Is your mom going to watch this?
Yeah, probably she will.
Okay.
But I mean like, hi mom. It happened 10 years ago, like, so But anyway, this secondary school, I got ghosted by my classmate in secondary school. So he actually was someone who I didn't talk to, and then he sat like 2 seats away from me or something like that. And then one day he just started texting me, and then he was like super super sweet and like super, what's that word, very good texter, what's that, like I don't know, sweet talker. He was a real sweet talker. And then like when I sneeze, he'll ask people pass me tissue. And then like sometimes I go out to the locker and take my things, then he will try and like talk to me. And I was so smitten by him so quickly that I was like, at that time when I was in secondary school, that time I had a boyfriend, right? And I was so smitten that I wanted to break up with my boyfriend at that time. My boyfriend
does
does
he
not
know?
my boyfriend at that time does not know this, and he is still my ex-boyfriend is still my friend. So if you see this, like, I'm sorry, but like yeah, I was very very smitten by this guy. And until one day, right, it was a total of like 2 weeks conversation, and after 2 weeks he was like, he just suddenly stopped texting me and stopped talking to me. And I was also like, why, what happened lah? And so I did ask him, and he was like, huh? Nothing lah. I where got talk to you? Like, he totally pretended that nothing happened. And he was like, huh? But you got boyfriend? Why would I do this type of thing? And I was very
Wow.
like, yeah. I mean, I was gaslighted. Okay, I was just gaslighted, and I didn't have the face to tell anybody about it, because like I said, I was in a relationship with someone else. So
But was he seeing someone right after you?
I actually don't know, because I mean, like, I was smitten by him pretty quickly, but I was also unsmitten by him pretty quickly. After I got over it, like in like one day, I was like,
Time to be loyal again.
no, it's not. I don't think it was like time to be loyal. But okay, my relationship with my ex that time was not that great, lah, obviously. But like, I just in the first place, I was not even interested in him. It's only because he was so nice to me that I was interested in him. And after he stopped, man, it was like a total of 2 weeks, right? After he stopped, I was just like, okay, whatever. And in secondary school, there are a lot of other people that you can talk to. So yeah, it didn't really bother me. It didn't bother me for a long time, but it did. That was the first time that I remember clearly someone like ghosting me in real life. Okay, that being said, have you, or would you confront someone, or would you just leave it be?
Oh, this is a difficult question because I do not want to be confronted. Like if I'm the one doing the ghosting.
Yeah.
Okay, I did like I did confront people before over this, but the person didn't want to reply, so there's nothing I could do. Because if they want to ghost you, they probably wouldn't reply you as well. Like if they wanted to end it off with you nicely, they would have already given you an explanation.
Oh, I know. I meant like, yeah. So
Yeah.
you tried to like text them and ask like what's wrong, and they still continue to ignore your messages.
Yeah, correct. Then there's nothing I could do. So yeah, I did my part.
At first I was thinking about it. I actually quite a confrontational person, and I really really want to know. So when it comes to my friends, definitely I will confront. I have had friends that just one day stopped talking to me, and I was really very hurt, so I will confront them. But I think for relationships, right, I have a lot more like pride and self-esteem in relationships. So if I find that someone is doing that, I will totally like just block them off everything, and be like, okay, this is your loss and not mine. Yeah, that's how I would deal with it. I won't even bother to confront. So actually, I would suggest, right, for most people also, if you are in a short-term relationship, like if your relationship was not that long and someone ghosts you, right, I will also really suggest just don't ask. Don't ask. Don't beg them to talk to you, because it really hurts your pride. And when you look back at yourself begging someone to talk to you, I feel like you will really hate yourself. Like, at least for me, when the times when I do that, I really look back at myself and I'm like,
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, now that I think about it, I also find myself very pathetic trying to talk to someone who like doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, so I actually feel like the best way for you to get over it is just to ignore and tell yourself that they are the problem. So yeah.
Actually, it is like if they decide to ghost you, then they are probably the problem.
So if the other side of this is if they don't ghost you, they will tell you the reason why they ended with you. And would you rather hear the actual reason why they ended it with you?
Okay, it really depends. Like if the reasons that they list out are things that I cannot change, right? Then it's on them. And like it wouldn't bother me. But if there are things are like my behavior, and you find like a certain behavior of mine, like a very big turn off, yeah, then I think I'll be quite hurt.
So would you rather they be honest about what they don't like about you or just ghost you?
Okay, this is hard. Because I think it really depends on the reason that they give me. Like if it is some ridiculous reason, right? Okay, fine. Then just ghost me and pack. Like just go. But if it's like some things that I can really change, like to be a like better version, right? Then yeah, I would want them to tell me like as much as it will hurt, you know. But I don't think I don't know. I feel like most of the people that I meet online won't have that much grace to do this for you.
I think if someone who wants to break up with me, I think no matter how stupid it is, right? I would want to know the reason. I would want to know the reason even if it is something that I cannot change that is annoying, or something that, like for example, like if the person finds my laugh very annoying, like I would still want to know.
What if it's like not very small things like oh you like your laugh is very strange? What if it's like I don't like the way you look? You know those things that is actually an insult, you know? Wait, then he wouldn't have swiped you in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
No, okay.
contradicting myself.
Let's say he does not like my attitude. Okay,
Mhm.
attitude is a very big thing and it's very difficult to change, especially since I don't want to. But
Now you
let's
make
say
me
he,
sound like it's your problem instead of his problem.
huh?
Okay, never mind.
No, but I mean, okay, let's say someone say that they don't want to be with me because they think my attitude is very bad. And I have had a comment from friends before. Not friends, okay, two people. Don't say until I'm very bad. Two people. But okay, yeah, there have been people who say like I don't like your attitude, that's why I don't want to be your friend. So if somebody said that to me, if I can, sometimes I do think about it and try and make myself a better person if I feel like what they say is valid. So for example, right, when I was in poly, there was this girl, she didn't like me and she was my friend. She didn't like me and then she go and post on her Instagram that she found me very annoying because I wanted to buy a new bag for my birthday. So she go and post like, how can she posted this thing that was very strange. How can someone who is a Christian whole day want a new bag? And I was like, why can't I want a new bag? So that kind of thing, which I mean like I get what she was saying. She was saying I come off as very spoiled. So when she said that, right, at first it hurt and I really wanted to deny, but I think about sometimes what I've said to her and maybe some of my actions, it does come off that way. So after it did take me a long time to actually think back about what she said and then maybe change my behavior. So I feel like, especially if it keeps happening, right, online dating, like if I keep getting rejected by people, I would really, really, really want to know why. I would want to know like what kind of vibe am I putting off that so many people ghost me. Because if I feel like, personally feel, okay, I don't know how true the stats is because again I've never tried this. If more than 10 people ghost me, right, in a short period of time, I would really think that there is something wrong with me and I would really appreciate if somebody could be honest and tell me.
Okay, what if the person say I don't like your interest?
Oh, I know.
Things that
Okay,
you cannot
I
change, you
tell you,
know.
there's this boy, right? I know what. I don't like him, right? When I was in poly, my first term of poly, there was this guy. I didn't like him because he was so into K-pop. I found that a huge turn off to someone I want to date. Okay, I would be friends with you if you really like K-pop, but I also really like K-pop. But the obsession of it, the obsessiveness of his K-pop liking nature was too much for me. So I didn't. I feel like things like this, I would also still want to know. Because I imagine if I were him, right, and then like I keep posting like happy birthday or like keep reposting their posts on Instagram or Twitter. I know you do that also, but like, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah, I was like thinking, isn't that me?
yeah, I know you do that. No, but I was just thinking like if this is something that most girls don't like, I feel like I would want to know. And then I will really and then I feel like at this age, right, I will consider whether I want to take it seriously, whether I want to change, or whether I would just try and find someone who will accept me for me. I feel like at the end of the day, if people tell you why they don't like you, you kind of need to have like a thick skin and like a bit of maturity to discern like, okay, am I going to take this personally or am I going to let it slide? You know? Because definitely if it's something that is very serious or not, something that's very insulting, it can affect your self-esteem. But you know, if you want to go for online dating, I think you really need to have the kind of like self-esteem first. Like you need to be very confident in yourself and make sure you know like not everybody's going to like you. And not everybody's gonna like everything about you. In fact, nobody's going to like everything about you.
But for online dating, you're usually talking to like a lot of people at the same time. So I heard from some of my friends that some people they have a mental list of like how they rank like the different girls or guys that they talk to. So maybe then they will just go down the list. So if it doesn't work out with the first girl, they'll just talk to the second girl. And then if it works out with the second girl, then he will just maybe ghost the other two girls that's below the list. You get what I mean? I mean, this could be the case for the girl that got ghosted, the NUS whisper post.
The only thing is, if I go out with you for 5 months exclusively, I would really wish that you will give me some the respect of at least closing it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can get why she's angry. For sure, I can get why she's angry. That's why I say if I were her, I won't wish the guy best. I'd be
Do
like,
you feel like this kind of behavior will make you very insecure? Like there are people out there who will do it. Like yeah.
but to be honest, right, even if you meet that person in real life, they also can disappear after 5 months. So I don't think this is an online dating problem. I feel like if you have this type of fear, right, then it's a fear of all relationships already. So lastly, do you have any advice for people who are being ghosted? And what would you tell people who are ghosters like yourself?
Well, I mean, okay, if they ghost you, right, you just take it as their fault. I mean, if they can't even tell you why, then
I
you just take
agree.
it as it's their fault. Yeah, and just I hope you can move on. Yeah, and like for ghosters like myself, just try not to do it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
at least I quit those apps already, so there's a very low chance of me doing this kind of thing.
Actually, that's a good way to prevent it, right? I mean, like if you know you cannot help yourself, then you should stop. Like people who, the one of the people who was like on the talk show. There's this talk show, and this girl Jeannie Mai, she say she cannot stop herself from texting while driving, so she decided to sell her car to stop. Right? You remember she
Wow.
said? Yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't
feel
remember,
like,
but it's a good solution.
yeah,
Like
I
it ends
mean,
the problem.
it's like the Bible say, right, if you cannot stop your eye from seeing lusty things, then you cut out your eye or plug out your eye, right? It's the same solution. I mean, it's a very to the root solution.
But what if for people who are afraid of getting ghosted, like should they not use this kind of apps as well? Because I feel like there's a much lower chance and much higher chance of getting ghosted online.
I feel like if you have a fear of being ghosted, then stay away from dating apps with all your might. Run as far as you can from dating apps because it will happen. You will meet people who are shit on dating apps. It just will happen. In fact, I feel like once you go on dating apps, you might ghost. You want to ghost a few people too. Honestly, I feel that way. Even if you feel like before you
Yeah.
started, you feel like I am never going to ghost anyone. I honestly feel like once you go on dating apps, there will be people who you want to ghost, and you will understand the feeling. I feel that way. So that wraps up today's episode on online dating and ghosting. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Jie Podcast. I'm Sedine.
I'm Sarah.
Yeah, and I hope that you enjoy this type of content. If you do, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Jie Podcast. And I will see you in 2 Fridays' time. So thank you. Bye.